This is such a good question. This is another answer that I'm going to probably give an unpopular opinion on, but don't come for me. Can exes ever really just be friends? In this video, I am going to give lesbian dating advice based off of the 10 plus years that I've been a licensed couples therapist. We're going to discuss healthy boundaries, relationships, communication, red flags, and maybe a little bit more. Also, I'm going to give probably some unexpected, unpopular opinions, so stay tuned for that. If you're new here, my name is B. If you're not, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like my video, and hit the bell for notifications. Also, just a little disclaimer, please remember this is not therapy. This is just general advice based off of the questions that I received from clients over the years. If you do need therapy or additional resources, please look at the description box below. I have a couple linked. Okay, question number one that I've gotten from lesbian clients over the years. How do I stop people pleasing in relationships? So I feel like this question is so good and so relevant for women dating women because as women, we have been socialized and programmed to be relational beings. We have literally been given so many messages, whether they're direct or very covert or, subtle, about putting others before ourselves, about not being selfish. I hear from countless women each and every day. Every time they do something for self-care, they set a boundary, they're thinking about themselves, someone in their life will label them selfish. And unfortunately, oftentimes it is coming from a mother, a sister, a girlfriend. Other women will give her that feedback. Of course, it's not just exclusive to women. Men can give women this feedback as well. Another thing that I would tell my clients that are struggling with people pleasing, trying to make everyone in their life happy. Number one, you've heard it before. We all know this. You're not going to make everyone happy. It's impossible. And if you are making everyone happy, I guarantee that you are not happy in your life. The other aspect of this question, sorry, this is like a little bit of a longer answer. However, I think it's very relevant. I do internal family systems work. So with my clients, I would ask them about this part. I would take this people pleasing sort of tendency as a part. So this is a part of them that needs to make everyone else happy, needs to put other people's needs before their own. And so we would just connect with this part, see how it's showing up in your body, understand how it's showing up for you mentally, what are the thoughts and beliefs that you're having, and also understand how it's showing up for you emotionally. This is just us witnessing the part without any sort of judgment and not necessarily trying to change it at first. Something really important to do if you want to go deeper with this people-pleasing part is to ask the part directly, what are your origin stories? How did you come to be? And it's really interesting because oftentimes our parts will give us memories or feelings and we can connect back to, oh yeah, I started like feeling this part and these tendencies sort of surfacing and arriving at this point in my life. And this is what was going on. And that just gives you so much context for your healing. And then this is a maybe perhaps unpopular opinion about the people pleaser in a lot of us. However, I would say that that is manipulative. People pleasing is inherently manipulative. And so maybe think about that for a moment, let it digest. But my thought process, hear me out, is that if you are trying to people please others, what is the goal? You're trying to make them happy, right? You're trying to not make them angry at you, make them upset with you, displeased, whatever that is. So oftentimes subconsciously trying to control how they react to you. So you will manipulate your own feedback, message, action, whatever, in order to get a certain response from them. That to me sounds like manipulation. And this is not to shame, blame, do any of that to your people-pleasing parts. They are parts just trying to protect you. That's what IFS says. The parts are just trying to protect us at our core. So there's no reason to feel any sort of shame or blame or guilt. But now that you have that information, it's up for you to maybe shift it or try new ways of interacting with others. Question number 2. This is a good one for people that are questioning. So I think I might be gay, but I'm not 100% sure. I've only dated men, but I'm attracted to women as well. Where do I even start? So this is such a great question. I feel like it's very relatable for a lot of people out there. So I would start first with just being curious and exploring your own sort of attraction, fantasy, sense of self, that sort of thing. I would not focus and put pressure on any sort of label at this point. That may or may not come later. Giving yourself full permission to explore the possibilities without having that pressure to understand exactly what your attraction looks like and feels like is going to give you so much space to feel safe so that you can actually be curious about yourself and your own attraction. So some things that I wish I would have asked myself years ago when I was exploring my own sexuality: what and or who am I fantasizing about? Who is making me feel safe, excited, and seen? For me, I could get that in relationships with men. However, when I connected with a woman and she made me feel all of those things, it was just like a different full body experience for me. I felt a spark and a light that I just did not have with the men that I was relating to. Also, this is another great way to kind of like get your feet wet into the queer pool, and it doesn't even have to be dating, but like getting yourself in queer safe spaces. So if you're in college, going to some sort of like Pride, LGBTQ plus club. There could be things going on in a nearby city. A great way to connect with that, obviously, is getting online. There's resources like Meetup and different apps and things like that where you can get connected to community. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in person. You can just start creating those friendships and getting in those spaces in the online space. Question number 3. This is such a good question. This is another answer that I'm going to probably give an unpopular opinion on, but don't come for me. Can exes ever really just be friends? So this is going to be very controversial, I know, because I know my community and they're going to be like, yes, of course. I feel like I have met so many gay people that are friends with their exes, and I'm not down with that, okay? I mean, obviously it's a personal preference. I'm just speaking for myself in my own experience. It's never gone well. It's been perhaps a little toxic, it's a little messy, boundaries get blurred. I just don't prefer it. Also, I realize that I come with the background of infidelity, people betraying me, people like cheating on me with like a friend in the group. So I realize I have some trauma there, and that might be my trauma speaking. So I think that just because I have not seen this happen successfully doesn't mean it can't happen, right? Like, I'm sure that exists somewhere out there. Actually, leave me a comment below and let me know if you or someone you know is friends with an ex and it's like really healthy and you have good boundaries and it works for all parties involved. I would love to hear about that. Please prove me wrong. So some key things I think when entering into like maybe a new relationship where this person is friends with an ex, you just want to be on the lookout for like healthy boundaries. You know, are there clear boundaries on both sides? Is there any like romantic hope left on either side? Because that can certainly muddy things. And also, are you feeling insecure at all about this relationship? and why? And can you talk to your partner about all of these things? Because that healthy, clear, open communication is obviously really important too in navigating this sort of dynamic. And also, such a really great question to ask too is like, what do you need in order to feel safe? So if you're getting into a relationship where that person is friends with an ex, if you're not feeling safe and secure in that, what might help add to that safety? Question number 4, and this is the final question, but it's a really good one, and that's why I saved it for last. So I've been dating this girl for a few months and I really like her. The only issue is that she's not out while I'm totally out and proud. Is it a red flag to date someone who isn't out? So I would not say that this is necessarily a red flag up front. There are so many different like factors that go into this. Obviously, you never want to pressure the person that you're with to come out if they're just like not ready. Like it's very important to respect their space and their timeline and that sort of thing. However, that does not necessarily mean that you have to dim your light and yourself in order to accommodate this person, unless you feel like that's something that you're willing to sacrifice. So it's important for you to assess if like being out and proud and like very much out there is really important and like a deal breaker for you. Does your partner, maybe the person who's not out, do they expect you to not be out and proud? Do they expect you to kind of dim your light? Do they expect you to hide this relationship? Those are all really important questions to be asking yourself and your partner. Also, do they have a plan to come out? So maybe they're not out yet, but they have plans to come out, you know, within the foreseeable future. Perhaps it's totally worth it to kind of keep things on the down low for a certain period of time, knowing that there is a plan to be more out. It's really important for you to feel on how it makes you feel, because that's the number one most important thing. It could potentially feel like you're going back into the closet too, and that could be very triggering for you. So like I said, super important for you to check in with yourself. Okay, so that was my little question and answer series for all of the lesbians out there. Please let me know your different answers and thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Please also let me know what kind of videos you would like, what kind of topics you want me to cover, what questions you have for me. I would love to answer them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.